Surya Namaskar C, or the classical sun salute, is a really wonderful variation of a full sun salute. It was part of the Shivananda yoga tradition, which was one of the earlier yoga traditions taught in the West. So I think because of that, it's often referred to as the classical sun salute. Unlike Surya A, which I imagine you've already learned if you're following my course, the first full sun salute that I introduced, Surya C is a little bit more involved. It also includes anjeneyasana, which is just a wonderful pose for opening up the front body and the hip flexors. And so it just adds a little bit to the sun salute, I think, in a wonderful way. So I don't teach this exactly the way it's taught classically. We spend just one more beat, one more breath in anjeneyasana. And I just take a little bit more time bringing the leg forward too, which I think is a healthier thing on the body. So this video is really intended for people who don't know how to do Surya C. This is going to be a very gentle introduction, almost a workshop to this pose. So I'll show you how to do it and how to move through it if you're a little bit less flexible or have more issues. So to start off here, let's just find ourselves on hands and knees. And see if you can line up your fingers, spread your fingers nice and wide, and make sure that your index fingers are parallel to each other. Or your middle fingers are parallel to each other, sorry. And try to place your wrist just right underneath your shoulders. If you do have any wrist issues, feel free to bring the hands forward or place a towel underneath your wrist. Just make yourself comfortable. So let's start off by doing a cat-cow here, just slowly waking up the spine. So inhale, arching, exhale, rounding. And keep going with that at your own pace. See if you can just create a gentle roll of the spine, starting at your pelvis and coming all the way up into your neck. So just see if you can create sort of a wave-like motion, starting at the base of your spine and going all the way up to the top of your spine. And breathing, finding your nice deep Ujjayi breath. So let's go ahead and come up into a plank position. If plank is difficult for you, just keep your knees on the ground. And we're just warming up a little bit here before we get into the full sun salute. So to start off with here, just see if you can bring your chest a little bit closer to the ground without bending your elbows, and then pushing back up. This is a great exercise that works the serratus anterior, which is a good muscle that really helps with posture in the upper back. And again, if this is difficult for you in plank pose, please bring your knees down. So speaking of, let's all go ahead and on an exhale, bring the knees to the mat, chest to the mat, and chin to the mat. Untuck your toes and do a gentle cobra. On an inhale, exhale back down, and keep doing that. Inhale up into a cobra, really using your lower back muscles to bring yourself up. See if you can do it almost without using your hands at all, or maybe even bring your hands up off the mat as you're doing this, because cobra is really intended to strengthen the muscles along the spine. So one more of these. And exhale down. So let's go ahead and push up through tabletop into our first down dog and just pedal it out. I always do this in my first down dog of the day. Just move around. Just try to work out the kinks in the body. Move from side to side. Slowly opening up the heels, the calves. And then coming to a place of stillness in your down dog. And see if you can really engage your thighs. And see if you can pull those thigh bones back, which will create space in your lower back. So just have a feeling of just from the top of the thigh, just pulling back in space. Also see if you can really work on tilting your pelvis forward. Unless you're hypermobile, most of us do not have to tilt too far forward in downward facing dog. Most of us need to work on trying to tilt forward, which you'll feel a little bit more of a stretch in your hamstrings as you do that. So inhale, come forward. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up into cobra. And exhale, back into down dog. So go ahead and inhale, come down onto your knees. And if you have them, grab your yoga blocks. You can also use thick books, so you really don't need them either. We're just going to be working on anjeneyasana a little bit, just opening up the hip flexors before we start doing the full sun salutes. So bring your yoga blocks out in front of you and step the right foot forward first. And just to start off here, just coming forward into this and just feeling the edge of your stretch. It's fine in anjeneyasana, and it's almost preferable in anjeneyasana if your knee is coming past the ankle, unlike crescent pose where you're standing up through the back leg. It doesn't put any pressure on the knee because we're not really weight bearing on the knee here. So go ahead and inhale and come back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. And exhale forward. And one more of those. And exhale. So either use your yoga blocks and come back, or just put your hands on your hips if your balance is okay. Make sure you're pushing the top of your back foot into the ground. That'll help with balance. And also make sure that your back foot is coming straight back. We have a tendency for it to come across, which makes balance harder. So really working on engaging your core, engaging your abs, and that'll tilt your pelvis back, which will make you feel the stretch more in your hip flexors. If you're stable there, if you're comfortable there, go ahead and lift your arms up and breathing. 3 big breaths here. And one more. So grab your blocks and go ahead and bring that right foot back. Step your left foot forward. And just to begin here, just coming forward into anjeneyasana, try to make your back really straight and tall. That's the reason the yoga blocks really help. If you don't have yoga blocks, it's fine to be doing this on fingertips. We just don't want to slouch over too much here. So that's why the yoga blocks are really helpful when we're hanging out in anjeneyasana. So go ahead and inhale back. And exhale forward. 2 more of those, really feeling the edges of your stretch. You'll feel it in your hamstring on the left side as you come back, and your hip flexors on the right side as you come forward. So now coming up from there, either bring the blocks back or just bring your hands to your hips. If you're able to balance again, push the top of that back foot down into the ground, and it'll help with balance. And see if you can engage your core, tilt your pelvis back, and you'll really feel that stretch through here as you do that. If you're just coming forward like this, if you're really leaning forward with the pelvis, you're not going to be getting into the hip flexors so much. So really work on bringing your torso up and back, and you'll feel that right where we're supposed to be feeling it. So breathing. Go ahead and inhale the arms up. 3 breaths here again. Make sure your shoulders aren't creeping up towards your ears. So stretching up through the fingertips while keeping the shoulders back and down. And go ahead and come forward, come out of that. Bring that left knee back. So let's come up to our feet at the top of your mat. Do a couple half sun salutes here just to start to wake up the hamstrings a little bit. So standing in nice Tadasana, your feet can be anywhere between hip distance and shoulder distance apart. If you're really tight in your hamstrings, if sun salutes are new to you and they're really difficult for you, you can bring your feet wider on the mat, which will help come forward and back. And I'll show that as we get into the full sun salute. I'll show that variation first. So standing with your feet on the ground, outsides of the feet are parallel to each other. It's really important because that will make the forward fold easier. You will not be able to bend forward as far if your feet are turned out. Feeling your feet on the ground, engaging the thighs, engaging the core. Shoulders are back and down. So go ahead and inhale, sweep the arms up. Nice slow exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. It's fine if you can't reach the ground. Don't worry about it. Wherever you're at is fine. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. One more of those. Inhale up. Exhale, folding. It's great to keep your knees soft in these first couple forward folds. Just play around with the flexibility in your hamstrings. Don't push them too fast. On your next inhale, up into flat back. And exhale, fold again. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Let's do another forward fold here. So inhale up. Exhale, fold forward. And let's just hang out at the bottom here. So rock around for a little bit from side to side, maybe bending one knee and then the other. Just start to really feel where your hamstrings are at this moment. One of the biggest barriers to doing full sun salutes is having really tight hamstrings. And it's fine if you do, but I'll just show you ways to work around that. So, but be gentle as you're opening up the hamstrings. You'll find that they open up much easier if you take it slowly. So inhale, come up into a flat back here. Exhale, fold again. And we're going to do that 5 times. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, coming up into flat back, really lengthening out through the tailbone and up to the back of the head. Exhale into a nice gentle forward fold. Following the breath. And just hang out at the bottom of this last one. And then slowly, ever so slowly, bend your knees and start to lift up into a standing position. Closing your eyes, just noticing how you're feeling at this moment. So go ahead and blink your eyes open. So now we're going to be moving into the full sun salute. And again, I will be doing an easier variation to start off with. And this is really intended if you have tight hamstrings or maybe a bit of a belly. Doing this variation should be easier for you with the wider stance. If you're a little bit more flexible, a little bit more open, you might be able to do the closer foot variation, which I'll do second. So starting off at the top of your mat, feet wide, maybe about shoulder distance apart. It's still really important to keep the outsides of your feet parallel to each other because that will make the forward fold part of this easier. So find your feet on the ground, nice wide stance. Go ahead and inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold. Keep your knees nice and soft. Bend them as much as you need to bend them. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold again. And if you can manage to get your hands on the ground, doesn't matter how much you have to bend your knees to do that. Just get down to a position where you can step your right foot back. We're coming back into anjeneyasana. Go ahead and inhale up if you can. Otherwise, just stay down on the hands. Into anjeneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees just chin. Inhale, gentle cobra. Exhale, up into down dog. Take a moment here, one breath. And exhale. Inhale, bring your right foot up and back. Exhale, step it to the outside of your right hand. Bring the knee down. Inhale up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. So now on to the left side. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping that left foot back, however you get there. Inhale, up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, stepping back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees just chin. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, up into down dog. Inhale, bring your left foot up and back. Exhale, step that to the outside of your left hand. Bring the knee down. Inhale, anjeneyasana. Exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, however you get there. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, hands to prayer. So if that felt easy, if the flexibility isn't such an issue for you, I'll show you the closer foot variation, which is very similar. You just step the feet in between the hands instead of to the outside of the hands. And otherwise, if that variation felt right for you, just continue following along with your feet outside your hands. So bring the feet together if you're more flexible. So go ahead and inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back. Inhale up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees just chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot goes up and back. Exhale, slowly stepping that forward. Either inside the hands or outside the hands. Inhale, anjeneyasana. Exhale, stepping the the left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Left side, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Inhale up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into a push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, up into down dog. Inhale, left foot goes up and back. Exhale, stepping that forward, however you do that, inside or outside the hands. Inhale, up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bending the knees all the way up. Exhale, hands to prayer. So I'm going to do one more of those and do whichever variation felt comfortable for you. And this one, I'm going to throw in, instead of knees, chest, chin, and cobra, I'm going to throw in chaturanga and up dog, which just makes it a bit more difficult. So please continue doing knees, chest, chin, and cobra if that feels like the right variation for you. I'm just showing you options. So inhale all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right foot back. Inhale, all the way up, anjeneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into push-up position. Inhale here. Exhale, either chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, either up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bring the right foot up and back. Exhale, step that right foot forward. Inhale, anjeneyasana. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Left side, last one. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, stepping the left foot back. Inhale, anjeneyasana. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, either cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot goes up and back. Exhale, slowly stepping that forward, however you get there. Inhale, up into anjeneyasana. Exhale, stepping the right foot forward. Inhale, up into flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, hands to prayer. And just catching your breath. Noticing how you're feeling. And blinking your eyes open if they were closed. So that was Surya C. Again, I really encourage you to be patient with yourself as you're learning full sun salutes. For most of my older students, they tend to be pretty difficult, especially if you're over 60 or 70. But even if it doesn't look so pretty at first, if it feels like it's something that's somewhat achievable for you, I encourage you to practice. And they are really a great way of just sort of warming up in the morning and opening up the body. So they're a wonderful way to just get things moving. So yeah, there it is. I hope that worked for you. And I will see you in the next class, lesson, whatever. Namaste.